Okay, who are you?
My name is Kiki, or short for Katana.
Yeah, nice. Is that your name or is that your name?
Self-given name, so yeah.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm born in Bristol.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice, nice. What do you do for a living? Tell me a little bit more about
Uh,
you.
at the moment, I'm taking a little break from work, but I usually work for the NHS as a mental health worker.
Okay.
So I look after all types of ages to do with like mental health and acute rehab centres, and sometimes I will look after newborn babies as well, if
Oh,
I'm
nice.
lucky to get a shift. So, and
Nice.
then on the other side, I make music and occasionally like model for some people too. So yeah.
Yeah, I checked you out. I checked you out. So tell me about like the NHS work. Like, is that like, what do you take a break and that is something they wanna keep doing it or you wanna just stop?
I want to definitely keep doing it because my goal is to be a psychiatric nurse at some point
Nice.
and be fully qualified. But it's mainly to do with my mental health because I feel like a bit of a hypocrite if I'm not 100% and I'm telling people, how to, function and how to work evenly when they're, having malfunctions themselves and feeling a little bit low. So I
Yeah.
want to make sure that I'm 100% so I can go back into work with like positivity
Yeah.
and give them my patients what they need. So I really care about people's well-being, and I feel like the main thing is to care about myself as well as other people's.
Of
So
course.
yeah,
I think like do you absorb like other people's like issues, let's
quite a
say, or like
lot. So I'm a
problems when
huge empath. So I
yeah.
feel other people's pain, and it's quite. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah.
That's what I say. But I do really love caring for people. I love looking after them. I love like kind of hearing their stories, what they've gone through, what makes them smile, and just like getting to them as people. And hopefully, like the experience that I've had with my own mental health can help other people, and hopefully, I'll make a difference at some point.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Well done you.
Thank you.
How do you look after your mental health?
Well, it's mainly music. It's like
Uh-huh.
therapy to me. I write and I write poems, and then I go karaoke sometimes as well, because I need like a little bit of an outlet.
Yeah.
And then also, I like to run. I like art as well. I love painting and drawing. So I kind of mix it up a little bit wherever I'm feeling. But my main thing's music. That's like it. Kind of gives me life, basically.
Yeah. What kind of music do you make?
So at the moment, it's like a mixture. I'm still finding my sound. So I've got a bit of R&B and soul in there. I've got a little bit of alternate rap, a bit of new metal type of sounds as
Hmm.
well. So it's kind of a mixture of things, really.
And how do you start? Like, tell me a bit like your journey about like music.
Mm,
There's something you always like been into, or like
yeah.
growing up, you just
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved singing. Always loved certain artists, and they kind of caught my eye, especially with certain lyrics as
hmm
well. The kind of life I had to live. I grew up in care from 6 years old, so it was kind of like I kind of attached myself to music, and it meant a lot to me. Like I could feel what the other person was feeling through their music, and I wanted to also do that for not just myself, but for other people that
okay.
also struggle. And it's kind of like my way of expressing myself, but also communicate with other people.
Nice. What's care? Sorry, like what's like
So I grew up in foster care for
foster care. Okay.
14 years.
Okay. Oh.
Mhm.
Um. So like I don't know. Do you play around like with music? Have you tried like done gigs and stuff
So
like that? Or
yeah, I mean the only gigs I've done so far is at Bristol Beacon, and I'm in
okay, all
fact
right.
performing next
Pretty
week
good.
again, doing like it's a care week. So it's for young people that have left the care system, so it'll be from 18 to 24,
Hmm.
and they basically bring us all together. We do music, some of us perform, and we have food. And we kind of talk, and it's like a good way to bring us all together and do something nice for each other.
Yeah.
And other than that, I go to like open mic nights sometimes
Nice.
and jam nights every now and then karaoke mainly is where most people will see me sing.
Nice. Do you reckon that you want to keep like music as a I don't know? Do you want to make it as a main thing, or
Yeah,
like I don't know, it's something that you want to just want it around, but you want to do your
I feel like
thing?
it's my main goal, 100%. But I also want to work on my career too. So I think I'm like one by one, I'm gonna kind of tick them off my list because
Yeah.
eventually I want to be like an entrepreneur. I want to have
Hmm.
my businesses. I want to be a singer, an actor, like dancer as well, and also like do some things on the side. Well, and also with the psychiatric nurse thing, I also wanted to work with like got a bit of fly on my eye.
It's
I
okay.
also want to work with young people as
Hmm.
well, and like but in a health way, but also with music as well, teaching them art, teaching them how to songwrite, like
Yeah.
how to play instruments. That's
Or like a
quite
kind of school kind of
yeah,
thing, like
or like
teaching
kind of like a after school club, like a
after
youth
school.
club,
Yeah.
because I feel like it's a shame that there's not enough like youth clubs and things that are done for like our particular age group, you know, even as old as you get to 24, 25. I feel like it's beneficial to still kind of put that into your like structure of life, so being able to have an outlet and that's creative as well, and being able to express yourself.
Because I think like if you're not into like a community that I don't know teaches you that, like you don't know. So like it's good to have some people that actually teach you like what's art, how being a creative and that.
Because I feel like a lot of schools, like even though it's as important the non-academic side of things, I feel like it's still very detrimental to like learning, because it's a way to express yourself, it's a way to feel part of something, it's a way to be part of a community, and also for a lot of people it's their way of communicating, and I feel like that's very important. A lot of people find it very hard to communicate their feelings, and I feel like art and especially music is a great way to do that.
100%. How do you find, like, obviously like you were like you're from Bristol, like what's, I don't know, for me, like I moved here like nearly 10 years ago, and I come from Italy, and it's very, I don't know, like close-minded, and it's not much, like you can't really be a creative, like, you know, because like especially if you're from a small town, people are like, I don't do that, just like go and work in a, I don't know, post office. That's what you have to do.
That's why I want to do that, because like I feel like it's so neglected, and I feel like there's so many talented people in Bristol that I know myself. Like a lot of my friends rap, and there's painters, and like they sing, they dance. It's amazing, and there's not a way to kind of show that and, you know, give them the right exposure that they need to, you know, kick off. And I feel like Bristol is like the best place possible for that, because there's so many people involved in it.
But you reckon Bristol needs that as well, like you know, being like,
I feel like we need a reminder.
It's good
we
to
need a
have
reminder,
more.
like, because I feel like that's what brings people to this city. It's not just the liveliness; it's also the art scene, it's the graffiti scene, it's the music scene, and like we are also the city of D&B, drum and bass. So it's like it's popular for a reason. I feel like we should, you know, encourage it more.
Pushing it, 100%.
It's definitely important.
Has it changed, Bristol, as like during throughout the years?
I feel like it definitely has. Like, I mean, I literally grew up before I got put in care in St. Philip's, so I was quite central as a kid, and a lot of it now I've seen is just big buildings and hotels and student accommodation. It's kind of made me sad, because I'm a nature person. I like to see fields, I like to see loads of trees, and seeing them kind of cut down, especially ones that were there before I was even born. It's kind of upsetting to see them go, and it's also worrying because our environment isn't particularly great, and we do need trees. So I feel like it's definitely changed a lot in that sense, but it's also changed for the better, I think, because like the music scene's grown. I'm seeing more and more creative people every day, and I feel like we're coming to be more of a community and like standing up for what's right, and I'm seeing loads of protests, so I love that factor that it's changed.
In terms of like community, I think Bristol is just like amazing, just like it's getting bigger and bigger. Would you live like not in the city? Like, would you, because you said obviously you like nature. Would you go like say like, I don't know, fuck society and go into the
I mean,
forest?
I have thought about it. It's
Really?
like my life goal. Eventually, when I'm done with doing what I want to do, I do want to kind of like move to like abroad somewhere in the middle of nowhere, have my own house, and just feel peaceful with nature. But even for now, I feel like I might stay in this city and then eventually move just a little bit out of it, just to like as far as Nelsey, because it's a bit more around nature that way. There's a lot of fields, and it just looks kind of beautiful. And come into the city, because I don't know, I feel like I'm calming down a bit from the city life, and I want to branch out a little bit more. But I definitely feel like it's a great place to live and, you know, be.
I think like we were brought up in a society that, I don't know, we have to like run. We're going to do like more. But then I think eventually, once we get whatever we want, then we want to just like reconnect to like actual like basic things like nature and stuff like that. What can I ask? I don't know. Like, do you want to talk about anything? Like, what did you expect from this? I don't know. Maybe you thought, okay, I'm gonna meet this guy. I wanna speak about that, or maybe not. I don't know.
Not too much. Just like I really like the fact that I'd probably be asked about, you know, why I'm doing music and like what I'm doing, and I guess my journey with that. It's been quite a bit of a journey. It's been working on an EP project for like 2 years. And mainly for like, I guess my closure, but with my being in care, but also for other kids that felt the same way, but then also everyone else as well. I kind of want to tap into other people's emotions, kind of bring back the meaning of music which I think is community and communicating. So I was kind of looking forward to be able to express that as well,
Yeah,
and
100%.
also the cool clothing as
Yeah,
well.
I
So
appreciate
I love
that.
it,
Appreciate
and the
that.
fact that you've got my colour makes it even better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely get one.
Yeah, I was like, I just gotta have green. What do you think about like the whole like success with like music? Let's say like, do you wanna be like famous? Do you wanna be where do you wanna go?
I mean, I'm not too much worried about the fame. It's more so about kind of getting my face across and my point across, really. Because I do like the fame, but I don't care about the money. It's mainly my message and my point getting across. And if I can reach other parts of the world, that would be even better.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just kind of relate to just Bristol. I want to be able to branch out and reach everyone. So eventually, the success, I do want it to be like international, but I'm not too worried if it doesn't reach that far. As long as I'm able to reach some people, that's what matters to me. And making a difference is what matters.
Yeah, yeah. What's your like relationship with like social media? Do you get, I don't know, upset if like things don't go as planned, let's say, because obviously, I mean, you wanna like share your like things, whatever, like with music, and then the ultimate goal, I think, is to like, the more people know about like you and your music, the more people can connect with you.
Yeah.
But like, I think like social media are quite like shit, like you know, in that sense.
It's quite tough, but I feel like it's just part of the journey for everyone. Like we all have to kind of work for what we want, and I feel like it's not an easy process. It's going to take time. So when I do get a bit like kind of upset that it's kind of taking long, I just have to remind myself it is going to take time, and it'll be worth it as well. Because like I already am a familiar face in Bristol as it is, so all it takes is that one person to notice, and then it will happen. You know?
Yeah, if you look back, maybe like you know you grow, so like it's just like doesn't matter how long it takes because it's not easy.
No.
If it were easy, I think it wouldn't be fun as well.
No, I feel like what makes it better is just the work that you put into it. I feel like the more work you put into it, the more I guess successful you can be. But it's also about being unique and standing out as well, which is kind of hard to do. But I swear, I feel like if you're persevering a lot more, that you will definitely get there. So I'm a very strong-minded person, so I always find persevere.
It's all like you gotta manifest and like you know bring it into like reality.
So I'm not caring about the money too much because that will happen gradually. It's more about the notice and you know reaching other people, and hopefully I'll reach the world some way.
Yeah,
some way somehow.
How do you think of what do you think about like I don't know reaching the world but like using different tools like I don't know like you do like their dances on TikTok stuff like that instead of like your music.
Yeah, I mean, I've also done like TikToks with like my hair tutorials and stuff, and then my makeup as well. So I kind of have a cool style, and people notice that. So I was like, well, might as well put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
But even then, I didn't mind when they don't get too viral because like the fact that people still comment and you know see it, that's all that matters to me. Because like I'm, you know, I'm setting some trends and showing some people some stuff, and I'm proud of what I make, you know.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy doing that as well.
I need to check you out on TikTok.
There's Marceline, the Vampire Queen.
Nice. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
What can I ask you? Is there anything like because like you're very like I can see like you're very positive. I don't want to like bring it up, but like is there anything? No, I don't want it. But like, is there anything like you're struggling with at the moment, or can be like something you struggled with in the past and now you're not struggling with it anymore? Anything you want to share?
I guess I'm still, struggling with my lows and my highs, like being, like, because I suffer with quite a few, like, I guess mental health problems, and it's kind of hard to, when you're living on your own as well, to kind of stay afloat and feel like you're okay. And I think gradually I've kind of come back out of my shell and been a better version of myself, but it's really hard. But at the same time, very easy to just go back to being negative. So I always try and be bubbly, smiley, you know, try and face every day as it comes, because you never know like what will happen. It might not be a bad day, it might be a good day, but you kind of, the fact that I'm waking up, that's, you know, that's the best thing.
You're blessed for that. And do you find it easy to like, you know, talk about like, you know, your emotions with friends or?
I think so, because I think mainly because I grew up in care and I had to talk to a lot of people, because I kind of got used to having to open up. But now I isolate a lot more because I've realized I end up kind of putting out too much of my energy, and I don't really need to explain to the people that don't need explaining to. It's like
Yeah.
I know the people that I need to explain myself to, and I'm wasting energy on those who don't really need that. So I kind of just take my step back and isolate for a bit, and then I come back out.
Yeah. Are you a good listener?
I try to be. I feel like I'm a good listener, and I feel like that's probably why people come to me for advice and stuff, and they feel comfortable talking to me. So I do try and listen and make sure I'm not as one-sided. I try to be biased at all times.
Yeah.
Give the best advice, but also mention you don't have to take my advice. You're your own person.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm happy to help in any way I can.
Does it drain you to like I listen to people even at work, and like can you feel that? I don't know. You kind of. I don't know.
I guess I describe it more like not draining, but I feel their weight of their upset. Like I feel what they're feeling when they're speaking to me and talking to me about it, and it's hard to kind of just push it over my head and ignore it. So it's very hard to kind of switch off, but I have to kind of learn that they're not my feelings, and that me kind of talking to them and helping them is what's gonna be the better thing, rather than me just taking it all on and soaking it all in.
Yeah.
So that's not my duty. Like my duty is help them understand it and work through it. Same way I need to understand myself and work through things.
Nice. Don't know. What shall we talk about? Do you want to talk about anything?
I'm not too sure. Don't know anything of what I'm doing at the moment. It's not really doing much at the moment. It's just been spending most of my days like trying to organise my weeks.
Nice.
And I'll either write music and I'll go karaoke.
3 days. A planner?
2 days a week. Yeah, I have to. It's a bit of an year, but at the same time, I'm time blind. So I have to literally plan out what I'm doing, because otherwise I will spend the day sleeping. So I'm like a bit of sleeping beauty.
Yeah.
So I feel like my emotional burnout is very clear to me, that I'm like, I want to sleep, but I also don't want to miss the sun and miss seeing people. So kind of battling both of them at the moment.
Yeah, balance it out. Yeah. It's good to just sometimes just not do anything, and
That's what I did over the weekend. I was like, as soon as the weekend came, I was like, I'm not gonna do much. I'm just gonna spend time with family and sleep, because I need it. Because I feel like sometimes I worry too much about whether people want, the fact that people want to see me, and then I choose to go and see them rather than just actually have my relaxing time and my time to myself. So I have to remind myself of that.
You find it hard to put yourself first, or you feel like the pressure of when your friends want to see you, like family, or I don't know?
I feel like it's definitely hard to put myself first, because I do admit I was a people pleaser, and I'm still kind of rewiring my brain to kind of not do that and trying to focus on myself. Like, so it's okay to be nice and to help other people, but when you have not much like energy or even like money or any space to give, it's hard to actually give it out, even though I will just want to give anyone anything. But I have to remember to be kinder to myself, because I'm number one, not everyone else.
Of course. Where does it come from, that people pleaser kind of thing? Do you reckon there is I don't know, like, where do you think it comes from?
I think it's from like being in care. It's like tied into a bit of trauma, I guess, and I guess abandonment issues, and then I also have anxiety as well. So I think it's a mixture of those, like worrying that I'm not good enough, or worrying that I guess I will upset people if I don't want to do what they want to do, or if I don't feel like how they feel. So I feel like it's kind of stemmed from that, but learning to kind of be more positive and more loving to myself, and trying to kind of track back on that.
Yeah. What is something that you learned from people over time?
Let people come and go, and it's okay for them to leave. Like, even if you have to leave them, it's okay, because there's either people for lessons, or there's people for strengths, there's people for reminders of what you need for yourself. So I feel like that's the best thing I've learned about people. It's like, even though they might mean a lot to me, it's okay to let them go, or it's okay to let them leave.
Yeah, sometimes we just find different paths, and we just need to go. Yeah. We'll get it towards the end of the chat. I'll tell you a little bit about the brand, how it started. It started like as a kind of joke, like 5 years ago during the first lockdown. I made the first T-shirt about the bear pit when they removed the bear from the bear pit. Just want to honor it. and then after that, again, the name comes from. I mean, if you're a foreigner in the UK, it's one of the first things you hear from people say, "All right, mate." But I kind of noticed more than ever people saying it during the first lockdown, where like the word was kind of shit. I was like, why are people fucking asking that? Like, it's nothing is alright. So like, ironically, I took that name like after that. And then with this kind of interviews, I kind of want to find the positive, like from people as well, because it helps me to remind that it's gonna be alright. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter like if you go through struggles and stuff, because I think like when you go through like shitty moments in your life, that's where you actually grow. Because like from happy moments are nice, but then from the struggles you actually become a better person. Usually I ask a question at the end, which I don't ask that anymore because people kind of prepare. So I'm gonna ask you just a couple of 2 random questions. What's happiness for you?
Happiness is listening to music, being in touch. I don't know what it does. It just sends a sensation for my body. It makes me feel great.
And what about like happiness for you, but like yourself in the future, like when like you're gonna be like satisfied and you're like, okay, I'm blessed now.
Retirement, living in the middle of nowhere with my own home and smoking weed, having lunch with animals, growing my own food. That's happiness to me, I think. And in the sun. That's the main thing.
So you're moving out to Bristol?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need sunlight.
Where are you going?
Well, my main locations were either Spain or maybe Jamaica or even Barbados. Just somewhere beautiful. I just want to see a lot of beautiful trees and nature.
There's a lot of beauty out there. Like, I can confirm. If you were granted 3 wishes, what would you use them for? Anything.
I feel like one of them maybe would be to try and control like societal greed, because I feel like ending something like world hunger or I guess war, I feel like that's something that is a given to humans, but I feel like the thing that gets us the most is greed, and that's what causes it's the main root of things. So I feel like maybe getting rid of societal greed.
I love that.
I don't know what my other 2 wishes would be.
One for you.
Maybe I'd wish to fly.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I feel like there's a beauty. Like birds have such a happy flying and being in the atmosphere in the sky. There's a lot to see, and it'd be great. Cheaper way to travel if I could fly. Cheaper way to travel.
Cool.
I don't know what else my wish would be. I think I would give my wish to someone else that needs it.
I love that. Very last one. Are you gonna be alright?
I'm gonna be alright. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm sure.
Come on.
Let's go.
Thanks for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
How was it?
It's really good.
Yeah.